Hey everybody, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we're going to do an unboxing video. Today we're going to unbox a toy from Revenge of the Sith. This is Jedi Master Saesee Tiin. And let's take this guy over to my toy studio and open this thing. Let's go. Alright guys, here we are with a toy from Revenge of the Sith. This is Jedi Master Saesee Tiin, and let's go ahead and cut this guy open. But before we get into that, I'm going to just real quickly spin the packaging around so you guys can check it out here. And as you can see, there's a little tiny description here of Saesee Tiin, and I'll go ahead and read that to you guys. Jedi Council member Saesee Tiin is well known for his exceptional starfighter piloting skills and daring space battles. His telepathic abilities and strong connection to the Force make him a powerful member of the Jedi Order. Alright guys, there you go. And let's cut into this guy. I want to unbox this thing and handle this figure. So here we go. I'm going to try opening this guy a little different than before. I'm actually going to try cutting the tape instead of destroying the packaging here. But you know what? I still think I'm going to have to rip this thing a little bit, because it is actually glued along the top here. So okay. There he is. We got him free from the packaging. Very nice. Let's get him out of here. And I wish, one thing I really like about these Revenge of the Sith figures, not every figure came with one, but a lot of the figures came with these little tiny figure stands. And quite honestly, I think it's something that should be standard in every action figure that Hasbro puts out. It's just my personal opinion. I wish Hasbro, if you're listening, I wish you would make this common practice, because if you're going to sell these beautiful figures, it's really nice to have something to display them on, especially things that look as nice as this, because as you can see, it's kind of a textured stand. It has a, looks like the floor of a starship or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what they were going for, but let's see if we can get him to stick this time. Okay, I think he's on there. Okay, so before we get into the movements and everything, I'll just spin him around so you guys can get a look at him. Get him close to the camera. And as you can see, part of the figure's wardrobe is actually cloth, and then part of it is plastic. So I guess it's personal preference what you prefer. Do you prefer your figure with a cloth wardrobe or all plastic? So, and of course he has a lightsaber, and I'm willing to bet this thing comes out of his hand. Oops, and the blade is removable. Some of the lightsabers in your toys, you might want to check your toy. Some of the blades are actually removable, but not all of them, so don't destroy your toys. But as you can see, it just snaps back together. And all you do, once again, you just pull it apart, and there's a little pin on the end of the blade part, and there's a hole in the handle, and you just stick them together. And I found that most of the Revenge of the Sith figures do have the removable blades, although once again, not all of them. So just looking at his movements real quick here. And I love the horns. Very cool. And they do have a little flexibility to them, so you're not going to hurt yourself with them. But you can see his head moves from side to side. This has 360-degree movement. And you can see he has a little pigment change to the color of his skin on the back of his head. I don't think they ever actually showed the back of his head in the movies, so I've never noticed that before. And I've only had this figure in the packaging up till now, so I've never noticed that before. So very cool and interesting. And looking at his arms here, he's got 2 directional movement on his shoulders. You can spin them around like so, and then you have up and down movement, and it looks as though, yes, he has that on both arms. And then you have actual elbow movement, where the elbows spin, and he does have wrist movement as well, so very cool. Lots of articulation. I'm a more articulation the better kind of guy myself. So there you go. He has a little awkward bend to his arms here. Kind of interesting. Okay, there we go. That looks better. And then going down to his waist, you have waist movement where he spins, and then of course under his robe you do have leg movement, so he moves at the hips, and he does have knee joints as well. I mean, this guy's almost got as much articulation as a Black Series figure. Very cool. No ankle movement though. So very cool. And his legs seem to be very closely put together, as you can see, but it's probably so the robe looks proper when it's down. And then one thing I'm noticing already, one of the things they tried doing with the Revenge of the Sith toys is they made it so one of the reasons the lightsaber blade is removable, if you look very closely at his belt right here, where I'm pointing the lightsaber blade, you'll see there's a little hole. And some of the figures, what you're supposed to do is when you remove the blade from the lightsaber, there would be on the lightsaber, there would be a little pin sticking out, and you can actually attach the lightsaber to his belt. But it looks as though I may have got a badly molded lightsaber and the pin didn't come out all the way. And I've had that happen before with some of the other toys where they have items that are supposed to be connected to the belts, and either the hole didn't get completely molded correctly on the belt, or the molded piece on the lightsaber didn't come out, but it still makes it into the box. So just be aware, if you're going to be a toy collector, you're going to run into that, where you're going to get a toy and you're going to open it and there may be some defects to it. And like for me, it's too late for this thing to go back to the store. I can't take it back to the store and complain because this figure's 12 years old now, or over 12 years old. So it's a little late for me, but suppose if you bought, let's say, like a more recent figure from The Last Jedi or something like that, you have a defect, because I did get a Rose figure that was a defect. If you are familiar with it all, The Last Jedi toy line, there was a character called Rose, and she had a little item that was supposed to connect to her belt. It was a little utility tool, and the one I purchased, the utility tool, the little pin on it that was supposed to stick to her belt, it didn't quite work right. It was too small. It was a bad molding, just like the lightsaber here. But I'm not the kind of person that's going to run every little thing like that back to the store. It's just, some things like that happen sometimes. So, but, not to mention I have multiple copies of the figure, but just if you guys are aware that you are going to run into defects on figures, so that's something that's going to bother you, maybe just take it back to the store. So, but there you go, guys. I just wanted to give you one more look at Saesee Tiin after his unboxing. And thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Bye.